Hi guys, this is George back here with another vlog, and today we're here at Alton Towers. Wicker Man is right here. We haven't been to this park for ages. We're not going to do Wicker Man first. It's on a very big queue. Looks like the fire effects aren't working again. We're going to go to Forbidden Valley first and ride Nemesis and Galactica because they're currently on a 0-minute wait. So there is a pathway right there that we're about to go down, and then we'll go and get on these B&M coasters. For our first ride of the day, it's going to be the B&M inverted coaster, Nemesis. You guys probably know what I think of this roller coaster. I do think it's overrated. However, let's go and give it a ride. Maybe my opinions have changed after a year and a half of me riding it. It's on a 5-minute queue. Let's go and give this a go. Guys, we just had our ride on Nemesis and I found it more intense than I normally do. However, I wouldn't rate it any higher than I do already. It's a good coaster. I'm not saying I don't like it. It is a good coaster. However, in my opinion, it's not as good as a lot of people say. We're now going on Galactica, my favourite of the two B&Ms in the area. B&M flying coaster, and recently Fly at Phantasialand has just opened. That's the world's first Vekoma flying coaster, the world's longest flying coaster, and what else was that? The world's first launched flying coaster.
Second fastest.
Ignore him. Here we go. This was the first flying coaster that was ever built. It used to be known as Air. However, in 2016 they redid it to Galactica. So here we go. Let's go and have a ride on this.
Morning.
So guys, we just had our ride on Galactica, and in my opinion it is still the better of the two B&M coasters in this area. It's a really good coaster. It was a bit rougher than I remember, but it was still really enjoyable. I just really like the sensation on there of flying. So there we go, it's a really nice ride. So then guys, our next ride is going to be the B&M dive coaster that opened here at Alton Towers in 1998, and it is Oblivion, the world's first vertical drop coaster. Although it isn't actually vertical, it is just off vertical. However, when it opened, they did brand it as the world's first vertical drop coaster. So here we go, we're just going to get some donuts. Jay's gone to get fast track because the queues have started to get a lot bigger now. We waited about 20 minutes for Galactica and about 10 minutes for Nemesis. The queues are a lot bigger now. At the moment, Oblivion is advertised as a 30-minute queue, so we're going to go get in this while Jay gets fast track, and then we'll meet him after and then go do some more rides. The Smiler has got such a big queue that it's at capacity, so they're not letting any more people in the queue due to the fact this is so big. So later on, hopefully, we'll be able, when we have the fast track, hopefully we'll get our ride on it then, because yeah, at the moment it's on a very big queue. Fun fact here for you guys, Oblivion's drop here, so you can see the drop here, and it obviously goes underground. This drop goes 115 feet under the ground, meaning that Oblivion has almost a 200-foot drop. I love how with Alton Towers that they're so restricted to what they can and can't build. If you don't know, they're not allowed to build higher than the trees here, so they have to be much more creative with their rides. Like with Nemesis, with the terrain, they blew all the terrain up to make the terrain how it looks like now. And with Oblivion, it goes so far under the ground that it makes it almost a 200-foot drop. So then guys, we've just done both of the coasters in X Sector. We did Oblivion, we were right at the front of the queue and then it broke down and we were waiting probably for about 10-15 minutes for it to get fixed again. But then eventually we did get on it. I really enjoy Oblivion, it's a great coaster. It is basically just a drop, however, it is really good fun. You get some airtime at the top of the drop as well, which I forgot about. And then we rode the Smiler, and it was alright, however, it's really starting to show its age. It opened in 2013, I was on the 3rd row in one of the outside seats, and that was rough, that was. The first section was really rough, however the second section wasn't so bad. It's normally the second section that's the rougher part than the first section. The third to last inversion, that was awful. Overall, it was all right though. Don't know if it's going to stay my second favourite in the park. Maybe I need to have another ride on it later if the queue isn't so big and try and get a front row, because I do normally, when with the Smiler, the further to the back, the closer to the back you are, the rougher it is. But there we go. So we're now going to go and do 13 in Dark Forest, as long as the queue isn't too big. It's been getting massive queues recently and you can't use fast track for it. And then we'll maybe do Rita as well, as long as that's not on too big of a queue. So yeah, let's go. So then guys, we just had a ride on Hex, the Legend of the Towers. In my opinion, that's the best dark ride in the UK. That's absolutely brilliant. In terms of with social distancing in there, because obviously normally it would be quite difficult to do something in there. So they've put markers in all the pre-shows, so you just stay on your marker in both of the pre-shows. And then when you actually get onto the Madhouse, there are taped off sections as well, so they'll tell you where to go, because there's obviously the taped off sections and then half of them aren't taped off, so just to keep that distance. But there we go, that was brilliant. One of my favourite rides here. I absolutely love Hex. We're now going on 13, which is, that was Secret Weapon 6 here. It's 10 years old this year. And then it was the first roller coaster in the world to feature drop track. So, yeah, we're in the Dark Forest now. Here is Rita, the Intamin launch coaster. We'll probably do this one next, as long as the queue isn't too big. We've been able to get fast track for 13 somehow, and here is an advert for Gangster Granny the Ride that will be opening next year. So later on maybe we'll go and check out the construction of the world of David Walliams. I'd like to go and see it actually. But here we go, so we're just going to go underneath down there and over to 13. It's just at the top of the lift hill there. So then guys, we just had our ride on 13 and that was really good fun. You know you have good rides here when 13 is one of my least favourite in the park. I absolutely love 13, it's a brilliant ride. Yeah. So I'm now exiting the Dark Forest and I'm going to try and find the world of David Walliams. I don't know exactly where it is. I know the general area it's in. I think it's next to the Alton Towers dungeon. So I'm going to go over there and check out the construction of the area. There's going to be 3 different attractions in the world of David Walliams. The standout attraction is going to be Gangster Granny the Ride, which is a brand new dark ride that's going to be in there. As well as that, there's going to be 2 re-themed attractions. The Frog Hopper is going to be turned into Raj's Bouncy Bottom Burp. And then the Carousel, I believe, is turning into the Royal Carousel or something. But I'm going to go over there now and check out the construction. Oh, you know what? I think I can see it. Let's go and have a look at this. So then guys, I am here at the construction site of the world of David Walliams, and I have to say the fence is a lot taller than I thought it would be. I was hoping that I'd be able to get some shots of the area, but unfortunately I don't think that's going to be a possibility. So we have the Alton Towers dungeon right here. Last year when we came, I did do this attraction, so if you want to see a review, then do have a look at that. And I also did a full review of it as well, where if you want to know what happens inside the attraction, then I do a spoiler review as well. So this is how it works. So this is the way you'll go. So you'll go in through here, and then you go to the Judge. You then go and do the Black River, which is a boat ride, and then all this part here. I can't really remember what was in the Traitor's Welcome. I can't really remember much about that. The Torturer, you then go to the Highwayman. That was one of my favourite scenes. And then you go to the Plague Doctor. And then my favourite scene, the Haunting of Molly Lee. That was a really good scene. I won't go into spoilers about it. If you want to see a spoiler review of the Alton Towers dungeon, then go and check out the video that I filmed last year. But here you can see the entrance to Gangster Granny the ride. I'm quite excited to ride this. I have seen a video going inside the attraction and showing some of the scenes, and it looks like it's going to be a really good dark ride. I can't wait to ride it next year. And as well as that, you can see the carousel there that's getting rethemed. I really like the concept art of it as well. It's looking really, really good. Not much to be seen though, unfortunately, of the Frog Hopper or of anything else really, so that's a bit of a shame, but oh well. So I'm going to go and make my way back to the Dark Forest now, where everyone is, and then we might go and do Spinball Whizzer after that. Rita's on a 50-minute queue, I believe, so we're not going to do that now. I think we're next going to go to Spinball Whizzer. So then guys, we have just had another ride on Oblivion, and that was really, really good fun. I got some great airtime going over the drop, and this time we were on the front row. For our first ride today, we were on the back. This time we were on the front, and in my opinion, all of these dive coasters are better on the front. So now we're going to go to Wicker Man, because we've got our fast track for that, and then after Wicker Man we're going to go and do Galactica again, and then if the queue isn't too big, maybe we'll do Nemesis again as well. So then guys, we just had our ride on Wicker Man, and I'd heard that Wicker Man has got a lot rougher, and so I was going in there expecting it to be quite rough, and it was quite rough. I would say it has got a lot rougher. It's still my favourite ride here, however, it did feel rough. But there we go, so we're back now here in Forbidden Valley. We're going to ride Galactica and Nemesis, and then after that, hopefully, we're going to go and get a +1, because believe it or not, I've never ridden Octonauts. And then after that, we're going to do I think before that actually, we're going to do Darkest Depths, which I've heard is the best scare maze here at Scarefest this year. So we'll do that. I'm quite excited for that as well. I've heard that that's one of the best scare mazes in the UK, if not the best. So there we go, very excited to try that out. But here we go, let's go and ride Nemesis and Galactica. So then guys, we just had our ride on Galactica. We're not going to do Nemesis because it's got quite a big queue now. It's starting to get darker, as you can see. So I think Galactica is going to be our final one of the major coasters today. Hopefully we will get to do Octonauts as well, seeing as it is a coaster credit. I've heard to do Octonauts at the end of the day because it gets a lot quieter. During the day, it gets massive queues. But yeah, Galactica was absolutely amazing. That ride was probably better than the ride this morning. It's warmed up a little bit as well. It did feel a little bit faster and a little bit more intense as well. The inversions are brilliant on there. When you get flipped over the first time, it's actually quite intense as you're going around the corner, and it's just, I just love that sensation of flying. I love flying coasters. It really makes me want to go and ride Phantasialand. We're now going to go and do Darkest Depths. So I've heard that this is branded as a family maze. However, I've heard that it's actually the best one at Alton Towers Scarefest 2020. I've heard there's a lot of actors in there, and I've heard a lot about the smells in there as well. I've heard they're absolutely revolting. So here we go, let's go and give this a go. It's located in between the towers and Dark Forest, so it's not in Mutiny Bay like it was last year. It was a new maze for last year, and it was in Mutiny Bay last year, but this year it's not, it's near the towers. And I've heard it's really well themed in there as well. I'm really excited to do it, so I'll give you a full review when we get out. So then guys, you're probably having trouble seeing me, but we just came out of Darkest Depths, and that was brilliant. There was some amazing theming in there, some really good scares as well. I won't go too much into detail about what happens inside for those of you that don't want to know what happens inside, but that was so good. There were lots of actors in there. They were, honestly, that was incredible. That was really good, really well themed. Definitely better themes than the Sonar at Bobby Ann Land. I don't know if I mentioned it in the vlog, but we did do the Sonar at Bobby Ann Land, which was a scare maze there last year. I don't know which one I prefer, because I definitely prefer that in terms of theming. However, I do think the Sonar is more scary. That was brilliant. I absolutely loved that. So then guys, it has come to the end of our day here at Alton Towers. We're back on Towers Street. I'm just going to nip into the Towers Trading and get a pin badge, because there's a new 2020 pin badge. Sorry if I seem a little out of breath. We just ran from Darkest Depths back to Towers Street. But here we go, so let's go in quickly And there we go, that's the end of the day. I'll show you the pin badge after, when we get back home. So then guys, it is now the next day and I'm going to be showing you the merch. The reason why I didn't last night, we didn't get home till late. We had to leave at about 6 o'clock. We ran out of time to do quite a lot of things. If we had time, we would have done the other mazes at the event. We had to choose one maze that we wanted to do, and I'd heard that Darkest Depths was the best one this year, so that's the one I chose to do. But we were exhausted last night. It was a 4-hour drive back, made even longer by the hour and a half that we were standstill in traffic. So we didn't get back till about 10:30 last night. But I am going to show you the merchandise now. Now, I believe, excuse me, I believe there is some merch that my dad has got me for my birthday. If you don't know, we did do this trip as my birthday present. But I think he did buy some stuff in the Wickerman shop because he was taking a while in there. However, I did buy 2 pin badges. I did say I was going to buy 1. However, I found another one as well that I did buy. And for 2 pin badges, I will let you guys know that it was £11 for the both of them. So Alton Towers' pin badges are not cheap. One of them was £6, the other was £5. Rip-off, absolute rip-off. But I had to get them. I really like the design of them, and they're limited edition ones as well. Or I believe they are anyway, because there was a sign saying limited to 2 per person. So, yeah, here they are. So then guys, here are both of the pin badges I got. So as you can see, I got this this zombie Frankenstein one, Alton Towers Scarefest 2020, and I also got this one for Darkest Depths. So they are both still in the packet, so I'll just open them now so you can see them outside the packet. So then guys, here is the Scarefest 2020 Frankenstein pin badge out of the packet. So you can see it says Alton Towers Scarefest 2020 there. I really like the detail on this pin badge. This is something that I've never really seen Alton Towers go for. I was expecting more of like the normal Scarefest logo. However, it's good to see that they are doing something different this year. And also here is the Darkest Depths pin badge out of the packet. It's a bit difficult to see because it is all black and brown and stuff, but you can kind of see it there. Maybe we need a bit more light on it. There we go, we can see it a little bit better now. Darkest Depths, a fantastic scare maze that was at Alton Towers this year. It was new for last year, and it was absolutely fantastic this year. I didn't experience it last year though. So then guys, that is the end of this vlog here. Tomorrow, as of recording, we're going to be at Thorpe Park Fright Nights. Me and my friend Callum are going, where we're going to experience all of the different scare zones and the 2 scare mazes that they have on offer this year as well. As well as that, we'll hopefully get some night rides as well. Something we didn't really do at Alton Towers because we needed to leave earlier so we didn't get home too late. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching this vlog. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at George Kelly Rollercoasters, George William Kelly and George Kelly Animals. Message me on Snapchat at George Kelly. Follow me on Twitter at George Kelly. And check out my other YouTube channel at Wealthy Eagle. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. Stay safe everyone. And I will see you all later. And Dusty has just heard something outside. Bye.